If nobody told you as of yet today, I love you. If nobody told you as of yet today, I am proud of you. You going to continue to achieve anything that you set out to do. You understand me? Also, you already know, I do got to give you that brief disclaimer. I only want you to take what resonates, and I want you to leave the rest behind, all right? I don't want you trying to force certain scenarios for you. If you don't get your confirmation through me, I guarantee you won't get it through somebody else, so be patient with your process, all right? Also, y'all already know, that voice too raspy to be whispering, so this about the time that you probably want to go ahead and hit that volume, all right? So, chosen ones, let's talk, right? Now, today we're going to get into multiple topics, right? The first, I need to say this again, based upon that it's a full moon, I want you to be in control of your feelings, because up 3 days prior and 3 days after, I want you to realize that energy is still lingering around you, right? So there's certain individuals who's going to try to trigger you. There's certain individuals that's going to try to ruffle the feathers of you. There's certain individuals that's going to try to project their energy on you, as well as come to you with certain negative things that they're going through. I want you to make sure that you're not absorbing it. You understand me? So I want you to make sure that you're not getting triggered. With you knowing right now that they're going to do certain things to try to test you, trigger you, get a reaction out of you, then you know that you're in control of you, right? So therefore, you're not going to give them what they're looking for, right? All right, just making sure. Now, chosen ones, let's talk. Now, we're going to talk about how to survive spiritual warfare, right? Now, some of you, again, are on different timelines. So some of you could feel like you made it through. You could be feeling like, again, certain things you won't have to go through no more, so on and so forth. But we going to talk, right? I want you to realize that, again, spiritual warfare is going on right now. Not just mentally, not just spiritually, not just energetically, but physically too. I want you to realize how the enemy will try to surround you in order to trigger you, in order to have certain things happen and follow through, but we're not going to allow it to happen, right? So let's talk, chosen ones. See, all of us, well, most of us, we seen certain movies, right, about apocalypse. Whether or not that was the zombie apocalypse. See, in my time frame, growing up, I done seen Dawn of the Dead. That shit enough already done trigger certain things, you understand? Pertaining to how I view certain people too. But let's talk. I want you to think about a zombie movie, right? Whether or not you seen it or not, whether or not you seen a commercial of it or not, whether or not it was a movie or not, a lot of you were familiar, right? So those who want, let me break that down to you, right? I want you to realize that they already done gave you certain hints on how to survive it, but they didn't tell you that that's what you're going to be going through. Now let's talk. Chosen ones, in the beginning of every zombie movie, what do you see? Now stay with me, because this is going to reveal a few things, right? In the beginning of a zombie movie, the apocalypse movie, right? How does it always start off? Somebody, the main character, is just out there living a regular day. Everything that they typically go through. So whether or not that's them going to work, whether or not that's at home, whether or not they mowing their lawn, so on and so forth, right? It's something that they are typically used to doing. So the movie always starts off as the person living and going about their everyday. Then all of a sudden, as they move on, they see certain signs and synchronicities at play. They see certain things start to happen that starts to get their attention, right? See, in certain movies, this is equivalent to them riding on their way to work, and they see certain people acting odd in the distance, certain people that's attacking, certain people that's disconnected, certain individuals that, again, certain things when they seen them, that shit didn't seem right, right? Okay, cool. See, again, I'm going to let you know how this movie dynamic has something to do with how you're going to survive certain spiritual warfare too. Stay with me. So in the movie, it always starts off with them doing their everyday life. See, I want you to equate this with you, right? Up until a certain point, you've been living your life a certain type of way, dealing with the same drama, same issues, same people. You understand me? The same type of schedule, so on and so forth, right? It was up until a certain amount of time that you was in autopilot. You was just going with the flow, doing the things that you typically know to do. Then all of a sudden, something grabs your attention off from the distance, and that triggers you. So again, chosen ones, think about how the movie starts off. They riding in their car, they working at their job, so on and so forth, and something starts happening that gets their attention and they start focusing in, right? So that's equivalent to you, your people changing up, your friends changing how they act towards you, your partner not showing love to you, you feeling uncomfortable in certain positions that you currently are used to doing. You understand me? So that job, you starting to feel like you need to walk away. That partner, the same thing. The family, the same thing. Energetically and physically, it's telling you that something's not right and it's getting your attention at that time, right? So that could be your partner not coming home at night, that promotion never coming, certain things that just keep going wrong when you trying to make it right with certain individuals who's not supposed to be in your life. See, again, stay with me. See, in the movie, again, something gets their attention. Then they start, you understand, start recognizing certain things. Then all of a sudden, what happens? Something big happens, right? And what do? A lot of the times, the character is riding in their car and they start seeing some chaotic views. They start seeing people attacking this person over here. They start seeing drama over here. They start seeing crashes over here. So what do? They hurry up and get to the location that they was going to. So a lot of the times in the movie, those characters that see certain things happen and then they hurry up and go to their house, right? Now, when they get there, they see certain individuals that's home and they tell them what they seen. Some of those people play it, downplay it. Other people are interested in what they have seen, right? Now, those individuals who's not in the house, what those characters do, they start calling everybody around them, telling them certain news, telling them like, hey, yo, something's not right. This is what happened. So-and-so, I started paying attention. I recognize this. People attacking certain people. They start telling them individuals who's not there at the time these events. See, that's equivalent to you too, right? I want you to, again, think about this movie dynamic and how it pertains to you. So initially, you was carrying on with your everyday life. Then all of a sudden, you looked over and you noticed that something wasn't right. Then all of a sudden, certain crashes started to happen about you, around you. You start intuitively feeling like you needed to go home, right? That you needed to move along, right? See, I want you to realize that happens pertaining to you too. See, when you was out there living your everyday life with these individuals you wasn't supposed to be connected to, all of a sudden certain strange events starts happening. They start fighting, they start arguing, they start intuitively not feeling right to you, so you know that they up to some shit. You start paying attention, and your first instinct is to go home, right? Now, I ain't talking about necessarily the home that you live in, but you go back to your faith. You go back to God and you trying to pay attention, right? You listening, right? So you go to your safe haven. This is equivalent to you isolating in order to elevate. So when you seen certain things was happening, right, outside, you seen certain things that triggered you, that you needed to get to a safer location. What did? You isolated in order to elevate. So this is you staying to yourself. This is you, again, acknowledging that things is going on outside, so therefore you kept your ass in, right? Okay, cool. Now stay with me, stay with me. Now, chosen ones, when you isolated in order to elevate, this was you disconnecting from those people that was outside acting crazy. It wasn't a safe place. You started seeing their character change, certain things that they were partaking in. You started to realize that, again, you needed to keep your distance, right? See, the individuals who wasn't in the household as you, so that's equivalent to the friends who wasn't thinking like you. Certain people that was out there those individuals that was out there connecting to those cycles still, right? They was still out there doing them, not even realizing the chain of events that was happening around them, right? So you call them, hey, listen, so-and-so, they outside wilding, they crazy, they slaughtering, they doing this. You tried to sit there and rationalize with these individuals, but they thought that you was tripping. They thought that you was crazy because you had a different vision. You were seeing things for what it is, but because they wasn't there to physically witness it, they ain't trust that shit, right? Stay with me, stay with me. Now, the next line in the movies, what typically happens. So after they see those strange actions, they hurry up and get home. Then they try to call other individuals too, because they don't want to be by themselves, and they want to make sure that they safe too. Some people downplayed it, talking about they on their way home. Time passed, they still ain't show up, but that's on them, right? Then what do, chosen ones? You sit there and turn on the news, chosen ones. See, when you turn on the news, that's you turning to God. You asking God to have certain things in line. You asking God how certain things is supposed to play out, right? See, I want you to realize again how this movie dynamic reflects your life. We're going to tell you how to survive spiritual warfare. See, again, in the zombie movies, right, what happens? They go home, they make their phone calls, then they turn on the news. See, that's you again turning your attention to God. You asking God, what should you do, right? So all of a sudden, as the news comes on, what do you hear? Beware, stay inside. Demons is near. Zombies is out here attacking people. People are out here acting chaotic. There's certain things that you don't know what's going on right now. Don't jeopardize yourself or nobody. Make sure that you're not allowing anybody in. And those people who you, again, present themselves, make sure that they didn't get bit. See, chosen ones. God has sat there and had a conversation with you. And something similar to that movie, right? They tell them there's zombies out there that's trying to attack you, that you have to stay where you are right now, as well as you need to make sure that the people that you around haven't got bit. People around you are not sick. The people around you going to take the same initiative as you pertaining to this survival, right? So you listening to God. That's you turning on the news. Again, God's relaying what's going on that you may not have seen physically, that you may not have seen close to you, but you've seen the signs and synchronicities, right? So God's telling you, listen, be cautious of these soulless bodies. That's these zombies. They done sold their soul. These demons have gotten a hold of them. They, again, walk in and just exist, and they ain't have no bit of life in them. You understand me? These individuals that's going to attack you based upon what you have to provide to these individuals. These individuals that, again, they'll come and present themselves to you like everything's cool. Whole time you're not even realizing this is a demon right in front of you, that this person is a zombie. They've been bit. They done sold they soul a few times. You understand me? And didn't receive shit. See, God has sat there and told you to be cautious of these zombies out here. You thinking it's going to be the person walking like, you understand, arms all out, making certain noises. Nah, these zombies, you gotta pay attention to the movies, right? Because, again, if you got the wrong people around you, you gonna let the wrong person in. Now, you sitting there putting everybody else that's in your safe haven at risk. So, chosen ones, your family, your friends, your children, you gonna have to know how to protect them. You understand me? Know who to let in. See, again, some of these individuals trying to cover up that they've been bit. Some of these individuals trying to cover up that they sold their soul, that they, again, not living. See, you have to be able to truly analyze, look them out, make sure that, again, you're not letting the enemy in your house, that you can't take in everybody, that you need to have a soul tribe around you, that, again, you can't sit there and trust everybody at this point in time. You understand me? You need to allow God to guide you. See, chosen ones. How that news article or that news comes on flashy so you can't ignore it, right? That's the signs and synchronicities. That's your discernment. That's your intuition going off, right? Alarming. God's trying to get your attention so you focus on him. God tells you about these lifeless individuals attacking. These people that, again, are trying to consume the chosen ones. That's these demons, right? Hear me out. So what does God tell you to do? Think about that news that comes on in these zombie movies. They sit there and direct them to certain news. They tell them, listen, we got a safe haven at this other location, but you're going to have to make it there. But you're going to have to know when to move and when to chill out and who to take with you. See, you need to know that, again, there's certain tools that you're going to have to place in your bag that you have at hand in case it really came into certain shit, right? Then they sit there and tell you, what do they tell you in certain zombie movies too? They tell you not to be too loud and don't allow these demons to be attracted to you. So what does that mean? They say be quiet about your moves. You don't need to be loud telling everybody what you're going to do. And think about how they end up killing off those demons too. They sit there and have guns. Okay, that's quick. But that also attracts other shit. So sometimes you got to be silent with really wiping out your opposition. See, when I say that, chosen ones, that means, again, your prayers that you say to God, you don't need to tell everybody else. See, your plans that you have, you don't need to tell everybody else. See, those moves that you try and make, you ain't got to tell everybody else. You understand me? Because that's all that's going to do is attract other demons to you. And what are they going to do but stop you? They're going to try to consume you. They're going to know the route that you're taking, and they're going to tell other people to come to. See, chosen ones, you're going to have to be quiet about these moves that you're doing. And when I say energetically and quietly knock out your opposition, that's you praying. That's you staying prayed up in protection. That's you calling judgment on anybody who's trying to send black magic to you, dark intentions towards you, anybody that's trying to stop you from obtaining the thing that God guaranteed to you. You understand me? You have to be willing to call judgment on it. See, the empath in you might want to take everybody with you. The empath in you may feel sorry for not allowing that individual in. See, you feeling like if you don't accept them, then they're going to be limited, and then other things can attack them, not even realizing that they one of them. See, chosen ones, there's certain people that you connected to that because they've been hurt by their parents, hurt by their past partner, you try to sit there and heal them. You try to sit there and, again, build them, but you not realizing that these individuals have already been bit, that they are complacent in the cycle that they in, that they going to only cause death and destruction anywhere that they get to. So you better not be close to them. See, chosen ones, you got to be cautious. You got to be silent about this next move. You understand me? Stay with me. We're going to talk about how these movies pertain to you, right? See, chosen ones, think about that movie again, the zombie apocalypse. We're going to go back and replay it again. The first thing that happens in the movie, they going with their everyday life. All of a sudden, one day, a change in the wind, certain shit ain't looking right. They see people attacking over here. They see certain chaos over there. And they knowing that they need to take their ass home and look into it. So what do? They get to their home. They turn on the news. The news tells them exactly certain things that's going on around them. Individuals that they can't trust. If it looks like this, if it walks like this, then you already know what's up. See, chosen ones, God already told you that certain people around you wasn't for you. He showed you signs of synchronicities. Intuitively, you felt the red flags about them. When you got around them, something didn't feel right, but you didn't listen, right? You out there again, feeling sorry that you got to turn so-and-so away from your door because you feeling like, again, something's going to attack them. Whole time they would have been the one attacking. You got to be cautious. You got to pay attention to what God's telling you, because if those individuals are cool with other individuals who don't have souls, or if they cool with, again, sitting there carrying their life on as a certain facade and illusion, if they out here parlaying with those people that's doing this shit, if they out here parlaying with people who already been bit, 9 times out of 10 they been bit too, but they just not showing those signs to you, right? Okay. So now in the movie, what do they say? Stay where you're at, prepare for a few things. So you putting your flashlight in your bag, batteries, you got your walkie-talkies at hand, you got your boots on because you don't know where you about to get into, you got your jacket, raincoat, you thinking of everything that could be beneficial towards you, you putting in that bag, right? And you waiting for further instructions. See, not only that, you waiting to hear. Some of y'all still making those calls to those people that's outside, telling them like, hey, yo, this about the time that you probably want to hit in. This about the time the shit's getting real. You ain't listen. Oh, you ain't turn on the news. Oh, you ain't pay attention. See, this is you trying to tell certain individuals what they about to get into, but they ain't using their gifts. They don't got intuition. They ain't using their discernment. They ain't listening when God told them to be cautious about those people that they parlaying with. They ain't to sit there and pay attention to signs and synchronicities. They was too caught up in the moment. So you keep calling them, giving them certain warnings, giving them certain information. That's equivalent to those people that you dating, those people that you friends with, those family members too. You trying to change their perspective. You trying to provide them new views, but they keep pushing it off. They don't listen to you. They think you crazy because they ain't catch that clip. clip. See, they didn't see that news when God was out there presenting certain information at him. See, they didn't listen. They was paid attention to other things. So therefore, again, they acting like you crazy. Whole time, you know what God told you. So you keep packing. You telling them, nah, this ain't no joke. And they over there laughing, talking about they going to be in when they in. Oh, word? Cool. You let them know, like, listen, if you ain't here by a certain time, then I can't let you in. You're going to have to make different moves. See, again, God told you to check the people at the door. See, chosen ones, again, think about the zombie movies. When certain people got bit, they sit there and tell you, some individuals that's in your house gonna be quick to try to open that door and let motherfuckers in. They going, oh, that's so-and-so, we know them, they can come in cool. Oh, that's my mother. Oh, that's my father. Oh, that's my brother. Oh, that's my lover. They making excuses, right? They not realizing that these people are no longer them. They didn't let the devil in. They didn't let the demons in. They didn't got bit, right? But again, these people are so gullible. They just letting anybody in. No, my mother wouldn't do that to me. No, my father wouldn't do that to me. No, my brother wouldn't do that to me. You not even talking to the same person that you knew. Because those demons done got a hold of that individual. So there's certain individuals that, again, are quick to try to let certain people in. And you like, nah, I got to inspect them. But some people didn't listen. Now they jeopardized the whole house. Now y'all got to change positions. But there's some of you that stand your ground like, listen, they can't come in. And if you got a problem with that person not being accepted, then your ass got to get out too. See, chosen ones, it's equivalent to you intuitively feeling that these people ain't for you. You seeing that they not right. And those people, again, know that they about to get left. So you give these other people the ultimatum like, listen, are you going to be with them or are you going to join me? See, some of them, again, they don't want to listen. They going to do them. Okay, cool. What we going to see, chosen ones. There's some people that you done warned your partner about their friends and the shit that they doing. They ain't listen. You done warned your people about those people that was plotting on them. They ain't listen. There's certain people that you telling them that they need to get to higher ground, but they didn't trust your vision. So are you going to jeopardize everybody who was willing to listen to you? Those people in the house with you? Those people that, again, can contribute certain things to you to allow this person in that tries to please other individuals is going to jeopardize somebody else? You're going to have to make those real life decisions. But I want you to realize it don't take a movie dynamic. Your ass need to make those decisions now. If that person is still out there parlaying with demonic shit, if they out here, again, still connecting with certain people that are not living, certain people that got their soul sold, certain people that, again, are demonic, whatever the case may be, are you going to extend that offer for them, or are you going to trust your discernment? Are you going to sit there and jeopardize everybody in the house with you that was willing to take that route with you, that, again, trusted the vision that God provided you? Or are you going to trust that person who trusts too many people and is going to allow everybody else to get bit? See, chosen ones, you better make your decision. You understand me? Now hear me out, hear me out. See, there's some people that they going to come to the house banging. You done called them for a few hours. They ain't listen. Now they going to show up. Now they talking about let them in, but you like, because you done had too much time to shit to stick to you. See, chosen ones, at that point in time, you're going to have to think, well, what's beneficial for you and your crew. See, you listen to what God told you. And God said, listen, as the sun starts to go down, don't take your ass outside. No matter how much time, how much that person pleads with you, begs for you to come in, the real ones who's chosen, they going to be on time. See, they sat there and listened when that news went off. When those alarms start sounding, they start paying attention. So the real chosen ones are already in the house with you. They're not somebody that you have to let in. You understand me? See, chosen ones, you pay attention to your crew. Because if you see this person is a people pleaser, has to accept everybody, has to be accepted, has to get approved, had to get acknowledged, all of this shit, then you don't trust them, because these are the same people that will mess around and let somebody bit in. You better stop that. You understand me? What are they contributing? Are they scary? Are they having a whole household full of panic? Or are they taking initiative? Do they bring tools too? Or are they dependent fully on you? Are these people that soon as certain things start to get hectic, soon as things start stressing, they gonna lose their mind? And I ain't talking about on some DMX shit. I'm talking about they really going to jeopardize everybody that's inside because they don't know how to carry their weight. See, you better make sure, again, I told y'all, this is the time to build your true soul tribe. Don't think about that flashy ass belt, them sneakers that they got on. Don't think about how that body looks. None of that shit. What are they providing? Because again, I told you this before, and you can go back and watch my old lives too. I told you there's going to be a point in time where all the internet is not going to be available for you. So the things that you know have to be things that you know. You understand me? Or you have to be aligned with people who know certain things. Not only that, chosen ones, money is not going to mean nothing. So therefore, again, are you going to go based upon something that is no longer going to be existing? Or are you finding certain people from your tribe that can play different positions? Like mine means you on the same goal, but they got different qualities that they have. Different gifts, get different abilities that they have. You understand me? So if you a seer, that person could be a builder. This one could be a planner. This could be this. You got to build your foundation up. You had to. See, I always say this. I'm somebody who networks. If I see you doing something that you really, that's your purpose, that's your passion, I don't care if you getting recognition. As soon as I get established, I'm bringing you on. You heard me. I'm sitting there bringing you with me because, again, I didn't already seen your abilities. I didn't already seen what you have the ability to do. And therefore, again, I see something special in you that other people may not have been able to see. You understand me? So build your tribe up, chosen ones. Who are you building? Oh, that person who looks cute, but it's chaotic, crazy, gonna sell their soul as soon as they get scared. Certain people that's gonna put money over monetary, as far as money over morals. You understand me? What are you choosing? Because you're about to go back to simplicity. You're about to go, how they say, back to the basics. See, this ain't the first time that we done did this. If you even look back in history, there were certain inventions that they had was crazier than what they got now. But again, they got their asses knocked back down, had to start from scratch, try that shit again. You understand me? So everything that you experiencing, people before you already experienced, but it's up to you on how you're going to follow through, if you're going to put an ending to that shit. So that AI, iRobot that showed you about that, you think it's a coincidence that they tell you certain things in movie? That's the law of karma. They had to present to you what they intend for you to keep certain karma and consequences coming through. So just like that person who that cheated on you, but you feel like, oh, I'll take them back because they admitted it. Or that person, again, on the stand, they done did certain foul shit, but they done took a plea, right? A plea deal. So they admitted to certain shit just so that they wouldn't get certain karma and consequences. The law of karma applies to the universe. That's what they do. They'll show you what they intend towards you. They'll implement certain things around you. And again, there's a way that you can keep it from happening, but you have to pay attention. You have to stay 10 steps ahead of them. Y'all out here entertaining that AI. Y'all out here entertaining that technology when really basics is what's going to keep you have longevity with it. So I told y'all before, technology is going to fail. You understand me? These things that you so used to Googling answers, you're going to have to know people for real. That money is not going to matter. So how you could just throw money in somebody's face and pay them to do those things? Oh, now you're going to have something to barter. You're going to have something. And if you done sold your soul for those finances that no longer matter, people ain't going to trust you. People ain't going to welcome you in your crew. And if you are a dark-ass individual, that means that you around some dark-ass individuals too that's used to swindling certain individuals out of certain prosperity, certain things that they had. See, again, you pay attention to these people's patterns. If that person is a petty thief, are you going to invite them in your village? If they done stole all that shit when they felt like they had it, if the world really turns to, again, you have to use what you got to get what you want or barter with the right ones, do you think that they going to invite you in when you was out here doing PPP loans? You was out here stealing. You was out here lying. You was out here doing everything but providing. You understand me? So you got to pay attention. Who would you really have with your crew? Who would you really choose to start the world over? Because that's what you're going to mess around and have to do. You're going to have to start the world over, planting trees. You understand me? So with that being said, chosen ones, you better be watching what you eat. You cannot trust meat now. You heard me? Now, I ain't just saying this because I ain't ate meat in years. Because my body naturally just, I get grossed out by it. You understand me? But again, I can say this. I used to cook chicken and fish or turkey for my kids. Didn't allow them to eat no pork or no red meat, but you can't even do that. Do you realize what they did? What if I told you that the zombie apocalypse would start by certain things that they feeding you? How you know that they not feeding you people too, chosen ones? Because I don't know if you ever thought about this. Think about how they say wood breaks down after a time period, right? So the cast is okay. But you think about how everybody has been using different caskets, certain things that nothing can get into it, certain things that are indestructible. If all of these people that's passing away, they stacking up all these caskets on top of each other, how is there still room to do certain things that they doing? I don't trust that shit. See, what if you realize that they was calcifying certain foods? That may not be the right term, but I want you to think, you ever ate certain fruits and vegetables or carrots especially, and you like, yo, this looks like a finger. This looks like this. What if you realize that they was turning certain, with an injection, turning certain things into other shit that you was taking in? What if you realize that the meat that you eating is really a human? Would you eat it then? Huh? Because I hear people talk about, oh, well, you shouldn't eat meat because it's a living thing. Yeah, that's energy, right? But not only that, chosen ones, they say, well, plants are alive too. So you're eating something alive, but something about plants, they reproduce. If you eat that animal, it's not going to come back alive, life, and you can eat it again over and over again. But that plant you can, right? So you better be cautious. If you ain't been watching this chicken, again, I can speak on behalf of myself. I used to cook chicken, fish, and turkey for my children. That's the only rotate. We gonna switch it up, different kinds, different ways, but I ain't with that other shit, right? Now, chosen ones, I don't know if you seen how they approved certain meat that's grown in the lab, and if you would never look at it and it looks like a human, I ain't talking about those fat. It went from having feathers to now looking like real hairs. What you think they doing there? And if the only cell that keeps repopulating, recreating itself is a cancerous cell, and they talking about they don't got the cure for cancer as well, but they sitting there recreating certain food in the lab for you, not just tilapia, but they doing it to chicken too, and they presenting it to you. And we just talked about how certain areas are feeding human as sacrifices to you too. Certain celebrities, restaurants that you go to and visit, if you didn't even realize that you was part of a ritual. See, you better be cautious of what you consuming. Farmers markets, y'all better be taking y'all asses to it. You better be planting the plant. But I told y'all before, you're going to have to be willing and able to grow it indoors. So I understand that you have, as far as certain plants outside in the garden, but if they not protected, if they don't have a greenhouse around them that no fumes or nothing can get in, certain shit that they spraying from the air can't take over them, then you better be cautious. You better know how to plant certain things in the inside too to feed you and your crew. You better have a grill on the back burner just in case electric is no longer provided to you. You understand me? See, those individuals who's been in the struggle, we done been here before. So we know how to survive. These individuals that's so used to paying other people or stealing other people's profit, oh, they asses is done. What they gonna do? Try to stick to you because they need you to show them how to make it through. Oh, nah. You better be cautious, chosen ones. You understand me? So be cautious of what you're consuming. Be cautious of who you're connecting to. Because if you found out that you really could change certain things that they have planned for you, you would do certain things differently, right? So again, that meat, y'all gonna have to change that shit out. You can't. Even plant-based food, you can't eat that too because, what if you realize, do you see what gets presented to you? Even certain turkey. And I'm talking about the turkey meat that looks like the beef, but it's not. That shit looks like a brain. Doesn't it? You seen certain movies where the shorty was at the table, that Hannibal Lecter, motherfucker, when he's at the table and he got that brain and he's sizzling while that person's still awake. Y'all better know what they showing you, chosen ones. You better know that. You understand me? So, red meat, let it go. Dirty, don't rock with it. Don't rock with it. Red meat, don't rock with it. No meat at all. Don't rock with it. But some of you damn near acting like, oh, it's so hot. Man, that shit sounds like a cannibal to me. So again, how you know that they feeding you what they feeding you? Because when the human body inside got that red meat too, right? A brain looks like the same as certain turkey food that they give you, right? So how the fact that again, there's certain people that the thought of eating food without no meat, they just can't do it. They start withdrawing. That sounds like a cannibal. So be cautious of that shit. You understand me? You better know what they feeding you and why they feeding you it. You better realize that, again, when they talking about the circle of life, that they could be talking about, I don't want to get grossed out right now. Because I'm telling you, I got a weak stomach when it comes to, not talking. But listen, chosen ones, be cautious, right? But let's get back into it. So in a zombie apocalypse movie, we're going to regroup it back, right? Originally, it starts off, they going on with their everyday life. All of a sudden, they notice to the right, to the left, certain things ain't right. Certain chaos is happening around them. Certain people is looking evil, so on and so forth. So what do? They hurry up and get home, and they call the individuals that they close to. They tell them, hey, yo, listen, there's certain things that's going on. You going to have to get here quickly. Other people think that they tripping because they ain't see it, right? Okay, cool. Then the news comes on. Presents them and tells them exactly what's going on. Oh, people are crazy, lifeless, or soulless bodies. People that are signs and synchronicities to you. Your intuition, your discernment starts telling you that these people ain't really for you. You see these people who sold their soul for those funds. People that out here giving up their morals for monetary gain. People out here doing certain things for attention. Out here doing devious shit, so on and so forth, right? You seen that. You seen how your partner switched up on you. You started to see how your mother switched up on you. You started to see how your friends were phony with you. You seen the signs of synchronicities. So what did? You went back home. That's isolating yourself. That's you disconnecting from those people, right? Not going out as much. Man, don't allow certain people to cause certain distractions, so on and so forth, right? See, chosen ones. That is pertaining to you too. God told you don't trust these people that sold their soul. These individuals who's just trying to get inside to you. Certain people that's trying to get into safe haven, but you don't even know what they was doing. See, certain people that may appear like they got it all, but they really bit. And if you let them in your house, then you jeopardizing everybody else that's already in it. See, chosen one, God told you to make sure that you wait, right? Be patient for the next move. He told you that there's a safe haven that you can go to and they got you. A safe haven that's protected from all these vultures. Told you that there's a place that going to provide food, security, love, a start over, all of these things, right? So God told you to be patient. That's equivalent to that movie when they say, listen, we got a safe place that you can go to. No zombies can attack you. There's other people that are up actually living there too. Certain people that you're going to rebuild the whole future, but you got to get there, right? So they tell you the path, but they also tell you to wait for more moves. So at that time, again, you waiting. But they tell you in the meantime, start grabbing certain things that's beneficial to you. They talking about, hey, listen, grab this flashlight. That's your intuition. That's your discernment. Oh, grab this radio. That's, again, your intuition, your discernment, that personal page of the God that he can click in at any time and tell you, oh, nah, don't take this route. Okay, now you can go here. You got your GPS. That's your intuition, again. Something that God personally placed in you in order for you to be able to be connected to him. He sat there and had that, so when he tells you there's storms ahead, there's an attack over here, you got to listen, right? Okay, cool. Then he tells you, make sure that you dress for this. You ain't trying to be in your flashiest clothes. You trying to be in something that, again, you about to be in the field. So you need certain things. And when I say the field, I ain't necessarily talking about the field for real. I'm talking about you about to be out there, chosen ones. You about to be in the elements. So again, you can't be dressed in your Sunday's best. You're going to have to put some real shit on then, right? You got your boots on, you got your sweats on, you got your jacket, you got your fan, you got this, you got that. You start planning, right? Okay. See, that's what you ain't realized this whole time too. At times you wasn't flashy because you really was in the field, leading individuals to the truth, leading individuals to the light, sitting there leading individuals to life for that last news that comes on. God telling you exactly where to go and how to do it, right? So again, while you're waiting to move to that location, you have to sit there. You done made phone calls out Because you was tired of waiting, calling people like, hey, yo, where you at? You say you was going to be here. Now you not trusting that because they acting weird. So therefore, you looking for signs and synchronicities that they got bit before they get near you. You stop hearing from certain individuals. You just chunk it up as you done lost them. You understand me? That's people ghosting you. That's people, again, not responding to you. That's people walking away from you. You not even realizing that was God keeping these people from you, keeping that call from coming through because he seen that they was big and they would have sat there and attacked you, see? You would have been the type to try to save everybody, huh? That person who's crying at the door, you would have let those crocodile tears get to you, and you would have let them in where they could not only bite you, attack you, but other individuals that was close to you, see, chosen ones. You ain't realize why it was happening at the time. God was saving you. These are people that's already been bit. They already made their selection. Now they demonic. They ain't got no soul within them. They are not alive. They did. That sounds like a zombie to me, right? Okay, cool. So now you sitting there waiting around. You got everything in your bag like God told you to do. You ready. That's you aligning in your purpose. You not tripping. God told you, listen, you got this time frame. You can either start panicking, you can start wilding, you can start crying, or you can get to this shit because when I call you, you got to be ready to move. You understand me? So chosen ones, you done sat there and got in your purpose. You done sat there and got in your position. You done sat there and again gave warnings to certain people, but half they asses chose not to listen. You done sat there and played the moves that you were supposed to do. So then what happens? God gives you that call and tells you, now's the time to make that move. It could be in the middle of the night, but guess what? That's what you're going to do. That's why God told you to pack that flashlight. Now certain things is making sense. Why God told you to take what you took when you took it. You understand me? Why God told you to place the things in your bag that you was packing. You ain't know what circumstance was going to come in. You didn't know that God was going to move you in the middle of the night, where you was around less distractions. You ain't know that, but again, you trusted what God told you to do. He put you in position. He told you, listen, I'm about to have you make certain moves. So that's putting you in your purpose. That you saying certain things. You was that warning. You heard me? Something like Noah. See, when Noah told motherfuckers that water was going to come, they ain't believe him until it showed up. So you was telling people about these zombies, these attacks, certain things that wasn't right. They thought that you was crazy. All right. Now it's game time. Those people who's running around, they don't got nothing in their bag that's going to help them survive, but you do. Because you thought of every single situation. God said, hey, yo, how you going to get your food? All right, guys, so I need to pack a little grill, right? All right, cool. Okay, well, how you going to see? Okay, so I need this light, right? All right, cool. How you going to do this? All right, cool. You coming up with all of these solutions because that's what you do. You the problem solver, right? So think about every situation that you've been in where there was times that you ain't had food until the next time that you got paid, but you learned how to stretch it, right? How you ain't have gas money till next week, but you was riding on fumes until you got to some more, right? Okay, cool. And excuse me because my allergies is kind of messing up. But, So chosen ones, every situation that you've been in has been preparing you for this position. Again, those times that you was lacking for eating, that time you ain't have electric, you still learn how to survive, right? Even if it was the storm going off or your shit got cut off because you couldn't pay it, right? Okay, cool. Not only that, the clothes that you have, you made it work for you, right? I don't care if you had one pants in rotation, you switched out that shirt with it, right? Oh, all right, cool. When your water was cut off, what you do? You had water bottles, right? Or you knew how to still wash. You had some wipes on you, too. You still was able to survive, right? So everything that you went through, what if I told you was preparing you for this next stage and phase? That you are the tour guide. You are the person that's going to help other people survive. So therefore, you had to go through it in order to know what you can get to let these people know that they can do certain things too. See, chosen ones. While you was out here feeling bad about you or feeling less about you because at times you wasn't able to do the things that other people around you was able to do, that's going to be the same scenario now. You're going to be able to do certain things that other individuals around you don't have the ability to do. You understand me? Because you went through it. So, again, food gets scarce. You know how to stretch that shit. Even if it was spaghetti for 7 days straight. Everybody was fed in your place, right? Oh, why, cool. Lights was cut off. What'd you do? You had used that light from the outside during the daytime. And at night, you had either a little, what you understand, a little click light, a battery operated light. You had certain candles too. You was still able to survive. Or you might have used certain light from the moon, right? Oh, all right. So you survived it, right? Oh, all right. So you were surviving, right? Oh, all right. So you the tour guide, right? Oh, all right. So why you feeling less of you? If you realize that you was here to be the tour guide to other individuals, that nobody been through what you been through, you went through it because you was going to be the one to lead other individuals, why do you feel less of you? Why are you not proud of you? Huh? You know how they say little MacGyvers are people that can have this messed up and they know how to fix it into this or knows how to finesse that. So why are you not feeling proud of you? Huh? Oh, all right, cool. So, chosen ones, who are you building? Who's your tribe? Who you taking with you? Who's people who are around you that are willing to take constructive criticism? Who around you can understand what you tell them and implement it? Who around you is a builder? Who's around you a seer? Because the seers are the compasses. So I told you y'all price goes up. I'm telling you, chosen ones. Why you think our price goes up? Because we seers. We the GPS. Think of how beneficial a GPS is. It tells you when there's delays ahead. Tells you what you getting into. Lets you know, hey, there's a speed check ahead. There's certain people that's going to try to test you. You understand me? Oh, it's probably going to take this amount of time. Why you think that you so high price, chosen ones? Huh? Because you a seer. Not only are you a seer, you a builder. You're a creator. A lot of y'all, again, can make certain things work out your hand. Your strap broke. You know how to tie it for this. You know how to sew it and connect it to that. Certain things, again, you may not have all the tools that you feel like you needed at that point in time, but you damn sure was able to get through that, right? So, again, think about this as a movie. God sat there and said, he showed you signs and synchronicities that certain things around you was changing. He sat there and isolated you, which is having you go home and take a certain look at certain things, right? Then all of a sudden, the news came on, which was him, to tell you what's going on the outside, to serve as a confirmation of certain things that you were experiencing. Not only that, he tells you and prepares you for the position that you got to move into. So then all of a sudden, he says, wait for further instructions. And that's what you do. Then all of a sudden, in the middle of the night, that alarm sounds again. Now you paying attention. You already know this is the announcement. All of a sudden, God tells you, hey, yo, now's the time to get moving. Now's the time to start going. So you go. Silently, though, right? Because these zombies don't need to know. If you too loud in the movies, what happens? Those zombies start attacking. Even if you use a gun to try to take them out, it attracts more of them. So you got to be able to silently take them out, energetically, mentally, by your prayers, by your protection, certain things around you that God can provide you to handle them. You understand me? Not tell everybody the direction that you heading in. Those people that were supposed to be with you got that news report too. So you ain't got to sit there and tell individuals where to go to. They didn't already got that sign and synchronicity. They didn't already got that call because they from the divine. They already know exactly why they were supposed to meet you at this place at that time. They may not know where y'all are going because this is an experience, but they know damn well that God sat there and led you to them. They know that you're supposed to make certain moves with them. They know that, again, amongst us is a builder. Amongst us is a seer. Amongst us is a believer. Amongst us is an achiever. This person can guard it. This person can hunt. This person can protect. This person can so on and so forth. You understand me? Who do you have around you that represents those qualities that's going to be beneficial to you? Huh? Do you got a builder or you got somebody who is flashing that belt buckle? Do you got somebody that can protect you? Or do you have somebody that's gullible with you that's going to jeopardize everybody that's around you? Do you have somebody around you really inspecting the people that they come in contact with, making sure that these people haven't already been bit? Or you have somebody that's just going to mess around and allow just anybody in? I want to know. Because you're going to have to reanalyze. If something was to happen today, Who around you can you say that, yeah, we survived? We prepared for it. This is something that we would do every day. He a builder. He a chef. He a griller. I'm a builder. I'm a seer. So when you understand, who do you have around you that you can really say, listen, this is part of my new world. This is somebody who's going to start the real world. Somebody who's not going to put money over their morals. Not somebody who's going to try to leave everybody out. Somebody who's not going to think about themselves. They're not selfish. Somebody who, again, is going to be able to protect you. You not need protection from them. You understand? Who do you have around you? I want you to think about it, chosen ones. Because, again, in order to survive spiritual warfare, there's certain things that got to be implemented then. You understand me? So the last part of surviving a spiritual warfare. Now, I told y'all, let me tell you this. All of this is in my audio books as well as my physical book, too. Because I know a lot of these little motherfuckers like to try steal shit and act like it's theirs. But not only that, I have it available. It's not available for sale as of yet, but I already have it set up where you're going to be able to purchase it. So this going to make sense. I'm going to have that available to you, right? But chosen ones, let's talk, right? You say, I seen people say, what if you have no one? Do you have qualities? Because I always hear people say one is the loneliest number, right? And that's not true. Because you know that a million ancestors, a God who is very, very mighty, right, is within you, right? So therefore, that one person has so many qualities, so many positive things around you, certain things that's a magnet that has, you're not going to have no choice but attract like-minded individuals around you. You have to be where God tells you to go. So again, when that news comes on, you just have everybody that's in the room with you. Some of y'all's asses was by yourself. You was calling out to certain individuals to come to you, but they chose not to, right? Oh, all right, cool. So you still was making certain moves, right? Throwing certain things in your bag, waiting for that final news report to come through. And God told you that there's a place that you're going to go to that has like-minded individuals, people who's living and not dead, certain people that haven't been big, certain people that you can restart your life with. So chosen ones, in due time, you're going to align with them, but you have to be moving when God tells you to do it. You understand me? You can't wait here for so-and-so to come. What if they never do? Now you stuck there, no longer with your crew, no longer around individuals who's going to support you, no longer going to that place that, again, could sit there and take care of you because you was waiting for an individual who never showed up for you. They already was big. Okay. You better be cautious, chosen ones. Because, again, some of these motherfuckers are big, but also think about this. You know in zombie movies where somebody will act like they big in order to survive some shit? So that's people, again, turning into their surroundings instead of getting out of it. These are the people that are really lover, really happy, really thankful. But, again, based upon the people around, they got to put on a certain facade with them. They got to put that blood of them on, right? So that's that people trying to act like they all hard when they not. Try to act like they big money when they not. Try to act like it's all about this when it's not. Try to act like they don't love when they do. Try to act like all of these things in order to blend in with the individuals around them so they not getting attacked too. See, chosen ones. Instead of getting out of that situation, that surrounding, they want to sit there and become one of them in order to be protected from them instead of raising their vibration and getting their ass from it. See, chosen ones. Which one applies to you? Huh? Are you going to put blood on you just to walk amongst the dead? Or are you going to instead raise your vibrations and move ahead, move to a safer area, a place where other positive people exist? See, it's all about you, right? What you gonna do, chosen ones? But again, to survive the spiritual apocalypse, this zombie that they talk about, you see zombies everywhere that you look, but you got to make them out. See, what if I told you, right? If you believe, see, some of y'all don't believe this shit till you see it, and this is the year that that's going to happen. You hear me? Those things that you thought was in dreams and nightmares, that shit's going to be presented to you. And I want you to realize how you're going to survive is based upon what's in you, what you stand by confidently. You don't allow people to deter you. So if you know God got you, don't let nobody test your faith. Nobody. Where they, oh, well, where's God at when you need? He working. Oh, this didn't happen. Listen, my plan B, C, and D was always God's plan A. I just may have looked over something that day. You understand me? See, chosen ones, don't allow these people to have you deter your faith. They're going to say, oh, if God was really alive and Jesus was really this, don't listen to the devil trying to finesse you out of certain blessings. Nah, fuck out of here. We not hearing that. So you got to know who you are. So they can't tell you that you somebody that you ain't, chosen ones. So I want you to realize, even with certain aliens that's coming here, because if you know God didn't just make humans too. He made everything that's around you, right? So I want you to realize that just like people, there's demonic aliens and there's good aliens too, right? Because what is an alien but something that's not from the same environment as you? Let's just say that, right? So chosen ones, let's talk, right? What if you realize that aliens connect to you telepathically? That they scan your soul in a sense and they can see exactly who you're being. So if you are a very scary ass individual, they can sense your fear. How they say for pets too, right? So I want you to realize, if you somebody who don't believe in you, they can pick up on that. You somebody who's evil, they can pick up on that. You somebody who's a loving nurturer, a builder, wants to help other individuals, so on and so forth, right? They can pick up on that. So if you are being you, which is a loving, honoring individual, somebody who is helpful, somebody that blesses other individuals that they connected to, somebody who is confident in their ability to make other people's dreams come true too, people who are very loving, so on and so forth, right? They can pick up on that. So if you stay with your like a solid foundation, you good. The devil can't get in your head then. Because I'm trying to tell you, they're going to read you energetically. So what you say, if your shit, how they say, if your scales ain't balanced, you can't get in. That's the same percentage to them. If you talking all this good shit, but they see negative in you, oh nah, you're getting wiped out. That's why I'm trying to tell you, these aliens is not necessarily here to hurt you. There's demonic ones. But they can't touch you if they see the divine in you. If you are chosen individuals, there's nothing that nobody can do towards you. They got to respect you. They going to be hating. They going to be rolling their eyes as they walking past you. They going to be mad at you. But as long as you know that you're divine and you're chosen and you're protected, they're forced to know that too. They have to know that they can't, none other energy that they have can affect you nor penetrate you, because you are a chosen divine individual. So you got to realize, even in real time, demons have to adhere to chosen ones too. That's why I say don't match energy, you maintain yours. Because if this person is sending demons to you and saying, oh, well, go attack this person because they a negative individual, and you're really a good person, but in that time period, you react to them negatively, then guess what? The demons believe what they see, and now they can attack you energetically. But if you keep your vibrations high, and no matter how many times people try to attack you, you don't pay attention to those individuals, you stick to your truth, you again sit there and change the energy on behalf of you. Anything negative that they send to you, you find a positive out of it. Guess what? Them demons got to go return back to them. They can't penetrate your energy. You understand me? So that's why I say you have to maintain your energy. You don't match energy. Because you're going to match them demons, you're going to match that karma, and you're going to match those consequences too. You understand me? So don't match the energy of other individuals around you. Maintain yours. That's where that strength is. That no matter your circumstances, you're still the same person. See? That's how those aliens do too. But not only that, chosen ones. What if you realize that there's more behind this skin? See, some people has souls, we chosen ones. Some of them, y'all know they're demons, so some of them are demons. Some of them are lizard people too. You'll start to see it. Once you start seeing, you can't unsee it. So have you ever seen how certain people, they look like a lizard? They necks like a lizard? They talk with their tongue like a lizard? They eyes is like, you get that lizard feel around them, right? See, I want you to think of where lizards survive. Now, there's some that could be in the mountains near the cold. A few, though. Mainly in hot areas, right? Why you think Cali? Why you think Florida? Why you think Vegas? Why you think that that's where people hold their satanic rituals? Why you think that that's places where they usually are eating certain people? Why do you think that those are the places that people are fighting over power for so much? Because that's where the lizard people then went to. And you trying to sit there and be amongst them. If you realize that again, think of like the climate and the elements, where they're going to gravitate towards, right? See, I always say this, when you feel a spirit amongst the room, when you really feel like a spirit or a ghost, so on and so forth, cross paths with you, what is it usually? Cold, right? You feel that cold breeze. Now, if you don't feel cold, you know that it's a demon, right? So if you feel that cold breeze, that cold touch, you like, hey, yo, there's a spirit near. The same pertaining to energetically too. Why you think that there's certain places that they won't allow you to get to? Antarctica, certain places that have cold fronts within them. More energy is existing. Why you think that again they trying to raise certain heat on you to allow these lizard people to be amongst you, to keep them from changing skins right in front of you? They trying to adapt to them chosen ones, but again, God's lifting this veil on them, but you got to see through on a soul level. But just like there's lizards, oh, there's vampires too. See, I want you to think, right? Vampire in Brooklyn. There's certain vampires that you connected to too. See, there's certain rappers, you gotta look, each of them are on different teams, rappers, actors, entertainers. They're amongst different teams. Some of them are chosen. You don't really hear about them. They get fizzled out into the background. There's some of them that are lizard people. That's a lot of the politicians. There's certain serpents, these snake-ass individuals. Oh, they politicians, and they usually the rule makers too, lawmakers too. There's certain vampires where you see these badass rappers or badass individuals, and then they attract to a decent individual because they using that, and then all of a sudden you start to see that person that they was connected with that used to be such a pure energy, so loving and so genuine, start to transform right in front of your eyes because they got bits. See, chosen ones. You better know who you connected to. You understand me? See, there's good and there's bad. Just like in the movies, there's certain vampires that are vampires but want to help as far as the human race. There's certain vampires that, again, they don't want any problems. But you're not going to know until you energetically feel them, right? So that's why you got to be able to see through on a soul level. You got to know what is of yours and what is from the devil. What's being projected upon you from other individuals, who you really speaking to. Because when you start seeing them on a soul level, you see their truth. You see that you talking to a snake. You see that you talking to a lizard. You see that you talking to an alien, so on and so forth. So therefore, if they finally was to drop their skin, see, have you ever noticed, see, we going to get into some deep things, right? So you know how Britney Spears, for instance, she's always dancing and she's looking nervous, looking behind the camera. What if you realize that it was a lizard person there who dropped their skin, so that person was in fear, and that based upon the contract that they signed, that they always have to entertain them? If a lot of these individuals drop their skin right now, y'all motherfuckers will lose your mind. If some of them, again, sat there and if you seen them and they seen you, see them drop their skin, how would they carry you? Y'all would lose y'all's mind. Just like, again, we know that they put certain clouds in the air to keep certain vision from being seen. What's above is below, right? Let's get into what that means. So when you see water, right? You see the ducks and the bird, say swans, ducks, they float on top of the water, right? And you know how there's certain water that's murky, but there's some sun rays that can come through? Stay with me, right? See, what do you see birds do in the sky? When they get very high, they start to float too, right? So just like a duck or a swan would do in the water, they float. The same pertaining to the sky too. When the birds get to a certain height, they don't even gotta flap their wings, right? They just soaring through it. See, just like humans could float, right, if they in a boat. But if it's the opposite, then that means those airplanes is allowing you to float too on top of shit, right? Astronauts need certain space suits, but when you go in the water, you need certain suits too. Certain things that's going to allow you to scuba dive. You need oxygen and certain things connected to you. So a lot of the aliens we see, they go into the ocean. That sounds like a portal to me. That's why I don't play with the ocean. I tell y'all to be cautious of those things. What if you realize that the submarine people, those taps that you hear when they was like, nah, they still alive, then all of a sudden they lost their life? What if they seen certain shit and they was down there and the government or certain people didn't want them to come up and tell other individuals? What if they seen a portal open? Have you ever seen, we gonna keep this going. You know how you ever seen certain fish that look like they got human traits to it? Like, yo, why is that guy like a human eye with a fish body, so on and so forth? So what if you realize that certain humans been creating human and fish in the lab or turning or transforming themselves into certain shit in order to try to get out of that portal that's within the ocean? So why they keep trying to go see certain things? Because they feel like if they keep going, it's going to end up coming back around. That they're going to go in through the ocean, but they're going to come from, space, right? So what if you realize when they was tapping, that was them telling you that they still alive as far as the submarine that time. Then all of a sudden they talk about that they died? Nah. They seen certain shit. And at that point in time, it was too much risk to come with it to allow them to join in it. You understand me? So therefore, again, chosen ones, you better be cautious. You heard me? You better be cautious. See, there's certain things that they have that was bound in that water in a sense. So when God made that firmament, he was keeping other individuals from being able to obtain it. See, he's seen what people will do, that they'll try to have control over the world. So God kept them from getting close to certain things that gave them ability to do it. The only people who can break out the firmament is the chosen ones. That's why we can connect with the higher power and these people in the 3D too. We the only ones that can live in each timeline, the past, the present, and the future. We're the only individuals that's equipped to break out of the firmament. Why do you feel like they tried to use you? Chosen ones, you better know that not everything is what it appears to be. You understand me? That you are in more control over things than what you think. You understand me? Be cautious of the things that you eating. You understand me? Because again, if that's the way that they could try to take over your body, that's what they're going to do then, right? Get back to the basics. What's your life? How would you get information if you ain't have no iPhone to look into it? How would you communicate with people? The same way back in the day, right? Because I used to have that Nextel chirp. Tell motherfuckers when I'm on my way. But before that, you go based upon bike. You go based upon, hey, yo, listen, meet me at this place at this time. And they had to stick with it. So you better build your soul tribe now. People that are protectors, builders, intuitive, somebody who can garden, somebody who can hunt, somebody so on and so forth. You better sit there and have yourself around the right ones. You better have a seer in there too. The seer is going to be that GPS. You understand me? So make sure you cautious of who's leading you, chosen ones. You understand me? Know that. You understand me? Great things align for you. But in order to survive this spiritual warfare, this apocalypse that thank you, babies, that they call themselves trying to put you through, you have to walk away from it before they try to walk on you. Walk away from that technology shit. Experience life without that phone in your hand. See, a lot of the best memories, you don't even have pictures of them, but you got that picture perfect memory about you experiencing it. You understand me? Just because you don't see it don't mean that you don't need to believe it. That's where your faith lies. You got to see through what they showing you. You understand me? Great things align for you. You just have to allow them to flow to you and through you. Thank you, babies. Now listen, I got to get up off of here because I do have a few readings to do. Please remember, I never reach out to you for a reading. You got to be ready to receive it, all right? So, again, the link's in my bio. You know I post these lives on my YouTube each time. So, again, even my old videos too, they are available to you, all right? Now, chosen ones, if you're ready to receive a message, the link's in my bio. I got coaching sessions. You can ask me as many questions as you want for an extended period of time while we on. You understand me? I'll elaborate for you. I'll talk about your past, your present, and your future too, what you do to you and what other individuals intend to do to you too, because that's what God allows me to do, right? Also, for my personal prophetic readings, I record a reading for you so that it'll serve as a confirmation for you too. So even things that haven't come into the light as of yet, you can always go back and reference this as you're experiencing it, all right? I love y'all so much. I thank you so much for all y'all's love. Again, y'all's likes, y'all shares, y'all subscribes, y'all's kind words, not only to myself, but each other too. I'm proud of you. And somebody asked how much for a reading. I have readings as low as $11.11. It's based upon your preference. So I got all types, all right? Again, I do this because this is my purpose. God just allows me to receive a profit for doing the things that he wants me to do. I love y'all so much, all right? Y'all continue to be great. Build your tribe. It's time. Be great.